Hi, it's Mitch from pickdawgz.com here with the free pick in the Clippers versus Grizzlies NBA matchup on Wednesday, April 21st, 2021. Of course, here on YouTube, I do more free pick videos than anyone, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our free pick videos. But let's get to this one between the Clippers and the Grizzlies. Clippers 5-point home favorites here against the Grizz, and this one shapes up to be a good game between two playoff teams. The Grizz sitting in the 8th spot in the Western Conference playoffs, while the Clippers sit in the number 3 spot. Clippers have a chance at moving up here, but it's going to be tough sledding. They are 2 games ahead of the Nuggets in that 3rd spot and 2 games behind the Phoenix Suns for the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies in that 8th spot, 1 game ahead of the Warriors and the Spurs in the 8th spot, and 1 game behind the Dallas Mavericks. So big one for the Grizzlies every time out at this point, because definitely an advantage to being in that 7 or 8 as opposed to being in that 9 or 10, even though they all are in the play-in portion of the playoffs, which I don't really understand. But anyways, the Clippers 5-point favorites in this one, and certainly playing like a team that's ready and gearing up for the playoffs. I think they're a little mad about last year when they thought they had a chance to win the whole thing and kind of bowed out a little earlier. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. That last loss, though, was just 2 games back. That was at Philadelphia. And I got to say, losing at Philly is never really such a horrible thing. Philly's a really good home team. Meanwhile, the Grizz have won 3 of their last 5. They let last game get away from them. They had 2 shots to win it against the Denver Nuggets. Couldn't do it. Did cover the spread pretty easily, losing by 2 in that game. But man, they have been sloppy down the stretch in a couple overtime losses. If you go back to the overtime loss on April 9th against the Knicks, it was the same thing. They had a chance at a layup at the buzzer and missed it. It was John Morant both times, against Denver as well. A little clumsy there with his ball handling. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard out for this one, and Paul George really, I think, relishes the role as the team leader, and he certainly seems to always rise to the occasion. I mean, you look at at the Clippers' offense, 5th ranked in the NBA, 5th ranked in defense, and Memphis just kind of middle of the road. 18th ranked in defense and 11th ranked in offense. Normally, teams that move up, like the way the Grizzlies have, being the team that drafted 2nd overall just 2 years ago, now to, a legitimate playoff team. Normally they do it with defense, but the Grizzlies really haven't done it that way, and maybe that's why they don't look overly impressive down the stretch in some of these really tight games, and that's where they kind of fall apart. I do expect the Grizzlies to play hard. We've seen them stand up and be counted in just about every game against almost every single team out there, so I don't think the Clippers are going to throw anything at them that they can't withstand. I think that what they can't do is finish these teams off. I think the Clippers win. I think the Grizzlies cover, and that's going to be my free pick. If you're wondering who the top experts in the world believe are the best bets on today's card, head on over to pickdawgz.com and click on the Premium Picks tab.